The traditional events of the Christmas story are well known to all Christians. The birth of Jesus includes 3 wise men bearing gifts, shepherds in the fields in midwinter, a baby born in a stable, and no room in the inn. These aspects of the account are firmly fixed in the popular mind. The question becomes, is there a critical distinction to be made between the text and the traditional understanding of it? Have the centuries added meanings to our understanding of the text that are not there? A diamond ring is admired and worn with pride, but with the passing of time it needs to be taken to a jeweler to be cleaned to restore its original brilliance. The more the ring is worn, the greater the need for occasional cleaning. The more familiar we are with a biblical story, the more difficult it is to view it outside of the way it has always been understood. And the longer imprecision in the tradition remains unchallenged, the deeper it becomes embedded in Christian consciousness. The birth story of Jesus is such a story. The traditional understanding of the account of Luke chapter 2 verses 1 through 18 contains a number of critical flaws. These include: 1. Joseph was returning to the village of his origin. In the Middle East, historical memories are long, and the extended family, with its connection to its village of origin, is important. In such a world, a man like Joseph could have appeared in Bethlehem and told people, "I am Joseph, son of Heli, son of Mathat, the son of Levi," and most homes in town would be open to him. 2. Joseph was a royal, that is, he was from the family of King David. The family of David was so famous in Bethlehem that local folk apparently called the town the City of David, as often happens. The official name of the village was Bethlehem. Everyone knew that the Hebrew scriptures referred to Jerusalem as the City of David, yet locally, many apparently called Bethlehem the City of David. See Luke chapter 2, verse 4. Being of that famous family, Joseph would have been welcome anywhere in town. 3. In every culture, a woman about to give birth is given special attention. Simple rural communities the world over always assist one of their own women in childbirth, regardless of the circumstances. Are we to imagine that Bethlehem was an exception? Was there no sense of honor in Bethlehem? Surely the community would have sensed its responsibility to help Joseph find adequate shelter for Mary and provide the care she needed. To turn away a descendant of David in the city of David would be an unspeakable shame on the entire village. 4. Mary had relatives in a nearby village. A few months prior to the birth of Jesus, Mary had visited her cousin Elizabeth in the hill country of Judea and was welcomed by her. Bethlehem was located in the center of Judea. By the time, therefore, that Mary and Joseph arrived in Bethlehem, they were but a short distance from the home of Zechariah and Elizabeth. If Joseph had failed to find shelter in Bethlehem, he would naturally have turned to Zechariah and Elizabeth. But did he have time for those few extra miles? And 5. Joseph had time to make adequate arrangements. Luke chapter 2 verse 4 says that Joseph and Mary went up from Galilee to Judea. And verse 6 states, "While they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered." The average Christian thinks that Jesus was born the same night the Holy Family arrived, hence Joseph's haste and willingness to accept any shelter, even the shelter of a stable. Traditional Christmas pageants reinforce this idea year after year. In the text, the time spent in Bethlehem before the birth is not specified, but it was surely long enough to find adequate shelter, or to turn to Mary's family. This late-night arrival, imminent birth myth is so deeply ingrained in the popular Christian mind that it is important to inquire into its origin. Where did this idea come from? A Christian novel. The source of this misinterpretation stems from approximately 200 years after the birth of Jesus, when an anonymous Christian wrote an expanded account of the birth of Jesus that has survived and is called the Protevangelium of James. James had nothing to do with it. The author was not a Jew and did not understand Palestinian geography or Jewish tradition. In that period, many wrote books claiming famous people as the authors.